So this is my little at-home gym routine. I found through the people I coach and through myself that if you want to get it done, it has to be simple and rather effective and quick. So what we start with is 2 exercises for the upper part of the body. It's rows on the table and then pull-ups on the ground. So rows, pretty simple exercise. And then we have the pull-up. A way to progress it is, if you are not that strong, you can start out with a good width on the arms, and then if you're really strong on the triceps, you can move in towards the middle. So what we want to do is 3 times 8 of each exercise. So the next 2 exercises we want to work on our leg muscles. The first is primarily for our glutes and for the running, and also for some strength in the TT position. So preferably if you are strong, you want to add some weight on your hips, and then what you want to do is go up and down. And if that's too easy, add on some weight on your hips. Yeah, so the next exercise is Bulgarian split squats. You also start here and make sure that your knee tracks the direction of your foot, and make sure that your hip doesn't fall out to the side but also follows the leg. And if that's too easy, maybe get some kind of a backpack with some water bottles, or if you have some weights, use that. So the next exercise is for our calves, or specifically it's mostly for our plantar tendon. And this way we want to prevent any injuries coming from running primarily. So get a towel and roll it up. That way, when we get our forefoot on the towel, we always have a pretty tight tendon, and then once we raise our heel, the tension on the tendon will get even bigger. So here it's important to go really slow up, like 3 seconds and 3 seconds down. Okay, the 2 last exercises are plyometric exercises, and the reason why we want to integrate them is that it has shown to improve our running economics, and at the moment when we can't do any like really heavy lifting squats, this is a good alternative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 sets of 8. First I want to do jump squats. So our end position is in a 90 degrees in our knees, and then what's really important is that we jump with max effort every time, and then bounce down to around 90 degrees and then up again. So this is how it looks. That we want to do 8 times. So the next plyometric exercise has the same purpose. It's a bit more challenging technically. So it's called split scissor squats. So this is our start position, and we go down to around here and then jump up in the air where we switch legs and go down. And here I would recommend like 3 times 6 to 8, again with enough rest to feel fresh in between. So this is my attempt at doing it. So that is a quick little home session, gym session. With that you can integrate a little bit of core, maybe even do some stretching. Most of us are very challenged in our hips, which when we swim, we tend to swim like this. This is if we are really tight in our hips. So if we loosen up our hips like this, or get our hand over here, we can really get a good stretch on our hip flexors. That way we can straighten out when we are in the water, and also during the stride of our run we can get further back, and that way increase our stride length. Another thing I see is that most people are maybe a bit challenged in how flexible we are in our upper part of our body. So a good way is to maybe stretch, get a good stretch in our lats. If this doesn't give a stretch, we can lean on to one side. Then you should really feel a good stretch on your side. And my recommendation would be to hold that stretch for 30 to 45 seconds and then switch side, and then do it 2 times per side. And yeah, of course, if you have a elastic band or an elastic band with some paddles, do some of the swim coordination exercises that is also available. And that way you can kind of customize your own gym session program depending on if you want to use 20 minutes or 60 minutes. So that is totally up to you, and hopefully just doing a little bit is always better than doing nothing at all.